Hi everyone, it's Rebecca Gabrielle here. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Living with Spice. Today I thought I would do something a little bit different, a little bit impromptu, and give you a weekend card reading for the 27th of April through to the end of the month, the 30th of April. Today I am sitting on my balcony, which is beautiful and green and peaceful. As you can see behind me, I live in an area with lots of lovely trees. This is my new home and plenty of birds, creek down the road. And I thought, oh, why not sit out here and have a cup of tea and just do a very brief reading for the next few days. So I've just chosen two, well, quite different decks. One is Doreen Virtue's Guardian Angel deck, and the other one is my Earth Angel deck. Which one is Earth Magic deck? So I thought we'd pull a couple of cards and see what's in store for most of us in terms of the general energy that we can expect coming over the next few days. And as always, I always like to remind you that this is a general reading, so it picks up on the general energy for everybody. However, if you would like to have a personal reading, I encourage you to contact me. You can email me, rebecca@livingwithspice.com.au, or you can go to my website, livingwithspice.com.au, to get my details and to book your very own personal reading that will give you more information specific to you and the context of your life and what is coming up for you. In any case, let's get to it. I hope you guys are having a lovely weekend. Here in Australia, we are just entering our autumn season, so it's just started to get a little bit chillier in the mornings. I do actually really like the summer weather, but here we are going to enjoy the change of season in any case. So I have pre-shuffled the deck, and we'll just sort of see what comes up for the next few days. Interesting to note that quite often we are going through very similar things, and so if this resonates for you, that's wonderful, and if not, don't worry. I'm sure you will find another reader who is able to give you a reading that's more in line with your particular life circumstances. That's just how it goes. But if you have been drawn to my YouTube channel today, then it's quite likely that this message is for you. Alright, I'm going to draw 3 cards from the top. We have 7 of Abundance, lovely. 10 of Thought, which I think is a little bit 10 of Swords. We have Out with the Old and In with the New. Okay, let's have a quick look at 7 of Abundance. Got to put on my good old glasses to read these cards. Have patience. Sometimes dreams grow slowly. Don't worry, the hard work you've invested will bring about a bountiful harvest. This is a good time to prepare because things will soon move forward quickly. Use this time to rest and plan. Now, interestingly enough, this is very, very similar to my last week's reading, where we're in a time of being able to, well, especially with the change of season, take a little time to slow down so that we can better prepare for the change that's going forward. And, you know, I've spoken about for quite some months now how we have been in that period of transition, and now it's actually here. But there are moments when we just really do need to have patience. And if you're anything like me, sometimes it's difficult to sit on the edge of your seat waiting for something to manifest. But often in these circumstances, you know, the universe is working to support us, and so there are a lot of other things in motion. As long as we've done the prep work, mentally, emotionally and physically, sometimes we just need to wait. The moment we go into an energy of forcing something to happen, we're likely to push that away. So this is good advice. It's also letting us know that for all the work that we've been putting in to whatever that is in our life, whether it's to manifest a new job or relationship, or we're working on a project that's very important to us, whatever has been taking our key focus, it's important to understand that if it hasn't yet come to fruition completely, know that it is coming. Know that it is coming, and sometimes we need to just pause. It's a little bit like that last moment before we cross the finish line. Sometimes when it feels like we've run out of breath and run out of stamina, we just can't keep going any further, we're really tempted to give up. But Spirit is saying to us, don't give up. We are working behind the scenes for you, and there are a lot of other things at play. Sometimes in order for us to have our dream come to fruition, it means that there are other moving parts to the system. You know, there are other people involved, there free will, circumstances that need to come together in order for something to happen for us. The biggest lesson here for all of us is when we're in a moment or in a period of waiting, patience is key. How we use our energy while we're waiting is really important. It's important that that time is spent quality. And it wasn't good English, but you know what I mean. So rather than sit in periods of anxiety and in mental overwhelm, you know, sometimes we can get caught up with all of the mental chatter. Perhaps we might lose some sleep over things. Put those up there. That's not a good way to wait. The best way to wait is to have faith. And this is a really big soul lesson for all of us, is to learn to trust and to have faith. We've put the seeds of intention out there. We've done the homework. We've done the hard yards. We know we have. You know, a lot of us are saying, I am exhausted. I'm waiting for this to come to fruition, and it's not damn well happening. But this is the opportunity to be able to say, I'm waiting patiently. I'm waiting with faith. That's what I prefer to say, actually, because sometimes when we talk about waiting patiently, it's like it's a burden. It's not. This period of waiting can be done well, waiting with faith. So while you're waiting, why not rest? Rest in knowing that things are going to come to fruition for you. Let's take a look at the next card. 10 of Thought. 10 is usually a number of when we have actually manifested what it is that we've been focusing on. It's either an ending or a beginning. Well, there you go. A situation that's been troubling you has come to an end. And you can breathe a sigh of relief. Endings, you know, we're so conditioned to believe that endings are a bad thing. Whatever the ending is, the period of waiting that's finished, or a season in our life that's finished. And we often feel that endings are something to be grieved, but they're actually not, because it signifies that we've completed something. We've actually brought something to completion, which is a good thing. Something, a period of time in our life, or a project that we've finished, or whatever it is. We've done the job and now it's finished. And of course, with every ending, there's a new beginning. Something to be very excited about. With the challenging times now behind you, you can move on. It's important to fully let go at this juncture. So you don't want to overcook the cake, do you? You put it in the oven, you set the timer, you know it's going to take a certain amount of time for it to cook. And then when it's ready, you bring it out. But if you leave the cake in there and you hang on and you say, yes, but just a little bit more, you're going to burn the cake. It's going to be overdone. So that's what we mean by it's important to let go. There's a divine timing with everything. Everything has its time and its place. So it's important to move on. This card is signifying, for those out there that this resonates with, a message about relationships. You can see a couple here together. One person's looking back. She's looking back to say, are you sure? Is it safe for me to move on? And he's already decided. He's already looking forward, as in moving on to the next point. Someone in your life may now finally be free of his or her addictions or codependency issues. So I guess that means these two people are free now to move on, whatever was holding them back. So if this resonates with you in a relationship situation, you can now know that whatever has been holding you back from being together has now been released. Their period of time has come to an end, and you're about to start a new beginning together. That's beautiful. And the next card that we drew, which I've just dropped on the floor, out with the old and in with the new. I love this card because you can see the beautiful influence of the guardian angel here. Heaven is showing you a sign that it's time to move in a new direction. Often this is because you're not happy and you feel a lack of purpose in your life. This is a wake-up call to make changes that make your heart's desires and spiritual truths, that match your heart's desires and spiritual truths. So I'd like to sort of point out that, and when we talk about a new direction, it's time to move on in a new direction. Don't misunderstand that or misinterpret that as being the outcome of your dream or the outcome of your desire is different. Sometimes we need to take a different path to get to where we need to go. And that's what's meant by a new direction. Spirit is saying that in this particular instance, what's required for you to move on to something new is to take a different pathway. A fresh start requires fresh perspective and a different route. If we keep travelling the same route, let's use the example of the way you normally travel to get to work. You always take the same route. Nothing ever changes, the same landscape, the same number of traffic stops. You know the pattern of the traffic. You know where you're going to get to at the end of it. But one day you decide that that's a little bit boring. You've done that to death. That you might take the scenic route. It may be a little bit longer, a little bit more windy, but you see different things along the way and it opens your eyes to new landscapes. Oh, I really like that area over there. I might spend some extra time there. Whatever the case is, when we take a different route or a different direction in life, we're going to be presented with new information and new opportunities. It doesn't mean that your outcome that you desire is different or changed, but the way to get there perhaps needs to be new and to give you a fresh way of thinking about things and a fresh approach. And that way, new doors and new opportunities can open to help us, to benefit us. So when you hear advice about, oh, it's time to take a new direction, don't think that that's, oh, time to give up. It's just saying this calls for a new approach to where you want to get to, a new approach to your goals, your dreams, your outcome. Right now, you're a little bit stale. You're not seeing what you need to see. And that's why Spirit is guiding you to take a different direction. That's why you're feeling stuck and heavy in your energy and without inspiration. So it's time to change it up, time to do something different. So sometimes we need to think about things differently, do things differently in order to see differently. But the whole purpose, of course, is to ensure that what we do and the new direction we take still matches our desires, still is aligned with our spiritual truth and our authentic self. So it's a fresh start. It's a fresh way of looking at things and a fresh way of doing things. So just recapping, we have the 7 abundance, having patience that your dreams are coming to fruition, even if it feels slow. And this beautiful card, we've got some children in the garden. They're doing some beautiful gardening. And I can see that, whenever we're doing gardening, that takes patience. Things take time to grow. We plant the seeds, we prepare the soil, plant the seeds, watch the seedlings grow into plants, and eventually they become ready for us to either pick as flowers or fruit and vegetables to eat. That all takes time, and we need to be patient while that happens. Your life is the same. As you're manifesting your dreams, we need to have patience and wait for that harvest to come good, to be ready for us. So any time that we're waiting and preparing for a harvest, it's a great time to prepare well. I always remember when I was pregnant with my kids who are now grown, I remember thinking that 9 months of pregnancy felt like a very long time, but you know what? I needed every bit of that time to prepare myself mentally, emotionally, and physically. And there's a reason why we need to take time to prepare for beautiful things in our life. It's so important. The better the preparation, the better the outcome. So just a reminder, out with the old and in with the new, the importance of taking a new direction so we get to have the benefit of fresh perspectives, new opportunities, so that we can have the outcome that we want, especially when we're tired and stale. And then finally, what we've been worried about, something that's been troubling us in terms of a relationship, it's come to an end and we can feel a sense of relief. We've put all of the work in. All of the hard work and the challenges that have been there are now gone, no longer need to be considered or thought about, do not need to revisit the past because the way forward is brand new. And this gentleman here is looking forward, he's no longer looking back. That's what you need to do. You or someone else is free of whatever it was that was holding them back, and now you're free to move forward and start afresh with new direction, out with the old and in with the new, and be patient. I love that. That was all from just one deck. So let's see what comes of this deck here, Earth Magic. And because we're sitting outside amongst the trees, how appropriate. So I love the picture on the back of these cards. Right. So let's see, Spirit, what have you got in terms of a message for the next couple of days, 27th of April through to the 30th? Anything in addition to what you have just shared with us through our guardian angels? We have, love this. It came up last week, Gaia, nurturing card. Oops, pulled two there. Childhood, innocence. And the third one was exactly the same as the cover. Tree, grounding. Let's see what these cards have for us, what message they have for us. I certainly feel that this Gaia card, Mother Earth, the nurturing card, is very appropriate to the same messages, taking time to rest and prepare. I think this is a beautiful way for us to really use nature as a way to come back to filling our cup with beautiful, clarifying and cleansing energy. And I personally do that when I'm with nature. It's really important for me to be amongst the trees, the birds. I live close to the beach, and I find that grounds me. It calms my energy. It helps me to get rid of the toxins of stress in my life, which, is normal for everybody. And this card is a reminder that it's important to take time out during very intense times. And of course, that's going to help us to better prepare as we are waiting for our dreams to manifest. Part of nurturing is the things that we do to take care of our mental well-being, so not allowing ourselves to go into a state of anxiety and worry. It's also about doing what you need to do to emotionally feel fulfilled, and that's going to be different for everybody. And typically men and women do that differently too, but I know for myself, one of the things that really fills my cup is connecting with my friends, spending time with my beautiful friends. It's also about spending time with myself and actually nurturing myself. So my way of doing that is going for walks, getting good sleep, having a lovely bath, going to get my nails done, having a lovely meal with a friend. That's nurturing me. And I know that when I'm doing that, I'm in good frame of mind. I'm choosing my thoughts well, and I'm taking care of myself. And physically, it's all wrapped up together, making sure that I stay fit and healthy within reason, doing my exercise, eating properly, not overindulging, getting good sleep. Now, I have to say, I don't do 10 out of 10 on all of that, but I'm doing my best. But in any case, the message is there. We can prepare well while we are waiting, and that is to nurture ourselves mind, body and soul. And know that you're worth it. You are worth looking after yourself. Don't wait for someone else to do it for you. Do it for yourself. The next card, which is quite interesting, this card called Childhood, Innocence. Let me just see what I get from this. You know what? This card is beautifully illustrated. These kids are just in absolute awe of their environment. And I'm sure sometimes that Spirit much prefers that we take on the attitude and the spirit of being children, where we're not overthinking, we're just in the moment, we are enjoying our surroundings, we are filled with gratitude and a sense of wonder. Um, we have so many resources in this world to assist us on our journey while we are here, things to really truly appreciate, like what I appreciate behind me here. Um, and it's funny, in the background here, there's a storm brewing, but the sun is shining through. To me, that's a sign of hope, of things to come. There's always something to be positive about. There's always, we're always guaranteed of things working out somehow, that we are divinely protected, divinely supported. And these children totally see that. They're not seeing the storm, they are seeing the light there that is shining through the clouds. The other day I had the beautiful opportunity to go to the country with a girlfriend of mine, and there were fields upon fields looking just like that. It was a horse ranch, and not something that we normally get to do, but I tell you what, being outside in nature was beautiful. Beautiful way to relax the mind, to relax the body. So while we're waiting, again, the message is wait well, nurture yourself, and take on that beautiful spirit of acceptance and awe and wonder and being in the moment and letting go of all of that mental clutter and chatter that we go through. And of course, as always, the cards always complement each other. We have grounding. So when we're in nature, what a beautiful way to ground our energy. If you are someone who has a very busy lifestyle, busy job, stressful home environment maybe, the best way to get rid of all of that build-up of toxic energy and stress is to get outside. Go for a walk in nature, even if it's the local park. Go sit under a tree, do whatever it is just to relax and ground yourself. You know, kick off your shoes if you can, get your feet on the ground, get your feet on the grass, or if you live near the beach, go and walk on the sand, put your feet in the water, and restore your energy, and it'll do wonders for you mentally, emotionally, and physically. And of course, as we take care of ourselves, we do open ourselves up spiritually. And when we do that, we are putting ourselves into an energy of allowing and releasing. And when we do that, the universe can say, right, she's done the work, she's ready, she's prepared, we can now deliver. If we're stressed, we've got too much going on in our mind, or if we allow ourselves to get sick, how can the universe deliver our dreams to us? It's certainly not going to work for us. So to prepare well, to manifest what it is that we're hoping for, whatever that is in your life, know that it's so important to take care of your well-being. Take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically. And that way you open yourselves up to spirit, to receive guidance, to make good choices, to know when to act and when not to. Being spiritually aware comes when we take care of ourselves and we love ourselves, because then we have health in all areas of our life, and therefore we open up spiritually to receive. When we're waiting and we're preparing, that's an energy, a yin energy of receiving. And not many of us are very good at doing that. We're so conditioned in our society to go, 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 which is a very strong, aggressive, or assertive yang energy. We must do this, this, and this in order to achieve our outcome. But quite often we go overboard. We get too busy and then we exhaust ourselves. If we push too hard in saying what it is that we want and it's not coming fast enough, we lose our patience, we lose our health, we become very blocked and frustrated in our mind because we can only see one way of doing things. And of course, Spirit has said to us in the first deck of cards, take another path, try another approach. Try a different way of thinking and doing, and you're more likely to manifest the outcome sooner. If you know that you've been stuck in a certain way of thinking for a period of time about this thing that you want to have manifest in your life, then Spirit is saying, pause, See if there is another way for you to think about this, another way for you to feel. And perhaps it's not really time to do anything other than to be patient and to prepare yourself. All right, everybody, that is our weekend reading, a great way to start putting ourselves in the right energy for the week, for wonderful things that are about to happen. And you know what, I would really love it if on the bottom of these YouTubes that you add a comment. Let me know, has this message resonated for you in your life, and in what way? Share it so I get some feedback from you guys as to whether or not this is helping you. And of course, I do appreciate it's not going to resonate with everybody, but for those that it does, I hope that it helps you. So we had those cards today from the Guardian Angels deck, and then we had from the Earth Magic deck, we had these cards. I will take a photo and I will post them on my Instagram, which is at Living with Spice, and my Facebook, Living with Spice as well, so you can see the pictures, the cards for this reading for today. All right, everybody, lots of love. I hope you have a wonderful start to the week. We'll see you soon. Bye.